tell you, in the logistics supply chain community, much more prevalent now than ever before. I mean, we're working with many to help them build a logistics curriculum, starting with distribution, transportation, customer service, inventory management, and up the ladder to, you know, intergalactic strategic supply chain management if we ever find life on Mars. But it's important. I mean, they have to start somewhere, and as I mentioned earlier, we don't get it in grade school and certainly not in high school. So community colleges are finding there's a revenue stream there, frankly, and there's an opportunity for them to get in and explain this discipline and explain the components of it and help with a curriculum. So, I mean, it's only going to explode, I think, because there's more and more demand from companies out there and other institutions. Academics are great. I mean, there's so much, we have an educators conference before our annual conference. There's 300 to 400 academics from all around the world there, all in one place, talking about how they're teaching logistics and supply chain management and what's going on in the community of academia, and then they you know, we'll share a lot of best practices and information, and it gets right into community colleges as well. So it's growing substantially.
Again, speaking from this perspective of a consulting firm on a professional track, I can't tell you the percent, but I can say that a significant number of our staff, our associates within our firm, start at the community college level and use that as a springboard then to a collegiate program that's more advanced and more focused toward the particular kind of specialized areas, the professional fields that we tend to hire from. So we don't hire specifically from a community college program, but we don't hire full-time, but we would certainly entertain, and we have people that have gone through it, we'd certainly entertain that at an internship level. All they have to really show us to be whether it's a high school student or a community college student, or what we're looking for is an interest in transportation that can someday transform itself with commitment and responsibility into a passion. But they don't start with a passion, they start with an interest. What we're looking for are personal characteristics. And this is probably the same as what you're looking for in a truck driver as well. We're looking for people who take initiative, who act on the world, don't wait for the world to act on them. We're looking for students who are inquisitive about the world around them, curious about why we do the things we do and why don't we try something else, because that's the way we're going to break those paradigms. We look for students who are willing to take risks, try something that they haven't done before, and be willing to fail and still try again. And on our side, we're going to give them the support. We hope that they understand that that's not a reason for demotion or removal from a position, to give them that ability. And then just a good dose of willfulness, not letting something in front of them stand in their way, and humility, willing to listen to those around them. So if we have those 4 characteristics, we're interested in whether they're coming from high school or community college or undergraduate or graduate or postdoc or whatever.
And just to clarify, we don't want risk takers.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to, when you said community college, it got me thinking. I think of a community college as maybe like the 2-year associate's degree that feeds into the UW system. But let's talk about technical colleges, because we have wonderful technical colleges in Wisconsin, and we have 3 major ones that teach truck driving, and the community colleges have a lot more credibility than there are truck driving schools. I'm sure you all see those ads on TV. Get your CDL in 3 weeks or 2 days or whatever. You know, the community colleges bring that level of credibility, and we try to steer potential drivers to make sure that they look at the school that they're going to go to, that it meets a certain level of you know, consistency in regard to training. But not to say that proprietary schools are all, I mean, there's some wonderful ones, but I think the fact that it's a community college or technical school, it does bring a level of credibility, especially once they get that certificate on the other end.
I think you gave 3 choices. I would say some, but increasing. And I think you know, construction projects, if anything, are getting more complex. So I think you know, if you're skilled labor, you know, community college certainly wouldn't hurt. Is it required? Perhaps not. But I think as these projects get more complex, and certainly transportation, I think of, you know, this region with, you know, Springfield Interchange and Woodrow Wilson Bridge, and, you know, a lot of transportation projects, you know, there's lane closures, they're very complicated. So communication skills, presentation skills to even get the job. Certainly if you're a supervisor, you know, dealing with individuals, conflict resolution, things like that, things, you know, you can pick up in a lot of places, but a community college could certainly serve, I would say, anybody in the construction industry very well. So certainly increasing as those particularly who have initiative and want to grow within their construction career, you know, a community college, technical college education would potentially separate them from their competition for those spots.